Welcome back, everybody. You guys gonna get another video out of me. Yes, you will. And again, I forgot my front camera. Now, last time you guys saw me out on the taking out the Zero. Man, I gotta tell you, that bike is still on my mind. It was a ton of fun riding that thing, and yeah. However, today I am gonna bring up a different video. It's kind of relating to the previous video in a way, but the question is something big. I'm just curious what you guys think, and that is, what do you think is how do you think the future looks for motorcycles? What kind of motorcycles are you guys thinking is going to come out in the future? Now, we both know, I think we're all in agreement that more and more manufacturers are going to start designing electric motorcycles. I think that's a no-brainer. But you know, this year it was so disappointing when I went to the I can't say it was very disappointing, but it was so weird because when we went to the motorcycle show, I just didn't find myself in that happy place, if you will. You know what I mean? I didn't see all the fun things that what I expected to see from motorcycles. And everybody that brought out a new bike, or you know, the next edition or this year's version, it had, like, you know, an extra 1 pound-feet of torque or some tiny little thing like that. And really, it's not something that it even warrants as a new update or a newer bike. And I think bikes now kind of need to start evolving as well. I mean, this is coming from a guy who's been riding for 3 years, so it's not like I have much knowledge, but I mean, I think it's like with cars, right? Cars are slowly, almost every manufacturer now is slowly going to be transferring into at least having a number of cars, you know, electric. And I think this is going to happen the same way with motorcycles eventually. I think people need to, like, these manufacturers need to kind of start thinking about, you know, motorcycles, and is that going to be something that works? Now, from the last video, if you guys remember, that motorcycle, the one I took out, the Zero S, was one of the things I found very interesting is the fact, you know, that thing had a fast charging option, so you can just take it to any of those chargers, and man, it would charge up quick. And that thing was very quickly charging, so that's a really, really neat thing. And so by having the charger there, you're actually, your battery range is not even that important, because those chargers are literally everywhere. You can't really go anywhere without finding those. Obviously, this is dependent on where you live. And I took out the S. I mean, they have different style bikes too, but you know, I'm not a off-roading type of dude, because frankly, I would probably break my spine doing it. But no, I just think bikes are slowly gonna move towards, you know, being a little bit more efficient as well. So I'm curious. I want to know, truly, honestly want to know. I'm curious about what you guys think is the next thing on the list. You know, what's the next evolution in terms of motorcycles? And do you think it's going to be strictly the electric version of them, or do you think there's going to be more different style engines? For those of you guys that know bikes and, you know, have been around building bikes or have been around bikes all your life, do you think electric bikes are something that manufacturers should move towards? I mean, honestly, what is the future of motorcycles? Because right now, I can tell you, like, this 650, I love this bike. I have no issues. She works like a charm. There's nothing I can complain about. And I remember that day when I made the video for the Zero. I don't know if you guys have seen that or not, but so for those of you guys who have seen it, I told you guys there's no clutch, right? And there's no gears. It's a single gear. Whew. It's a single gear bike, and it was so cool because when I was coming to a stop, basically the nice thing is I didn't have to go into neutral. I didn't have to do any of that. All I had to do was, well, basically stop, and there you go, done. Whereas now I'm holding the neutral, holding the clutch in. Though I think the hardest part was to get used to the idea that there's no, you know, shift lever. So without the shift lever, it was just one of those really, really weird things. And I think that's kind of where today's question comes into, because like I said, you're in a position where What's wrong with this guy? So I think with a lot of this stuff, you know, when it comes to motorcycles, oops, I just stalled. See, with motorcycles, I think it's always been more or less the same, right? Because you're looking at, you know, the clutch, the throttle, the brake. And now with Zero, with electric, all of a sudden all that stuff disappeared, but yet the power, the performance hasn't really disappeared. It's absolutely interesting to me to see what is going to happen. And I'm curious, I'm genuinely curious, what is going to be the big change? What is going to be the next evolution of what we know of, you know, what we know as motorcycles today? And see, where I live, there's tons and tons of Teslas. Look at that. Whew. Dude. I'm not sure. I am not personally sure on what would happen, you know, what's next for, you know, let's say the Kawasaki Ninja 650. How could they possibly improve this bike now? Are they gonna make it a little faster, a little torqueier, and that kind of stuff? Or you know, that's about it, right? But with an electric bike, you know, again, that electric bike, I'm telling you, it's got the power of this one any day, just from testing it out. But it's just more convenient to ride because, well, you're not changing gears. So, and you don't have to be neutral every time that you stop. You don't need oil changes. The Zero is also belt driven, which is, I guess, okay, from everything I understood from people, it's either a good thing or a bad thing. Some people don't like it, some people love it. I don't know. I'm not an expert, so I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But majority of people that I talk to, they agree that, you know, the belt is better than chain, and other people are telling me, you know, chain is by far better. So I don't know what to believe, and I simply don't have the experience to say otherwise. So yeah, I just want to know what is the future, man? What is the future of motorcycles? If it's not about, you know, electrifying the motorcycles, then what else can there be? I don't know. It's tough to say. It's really, really tough to say. I don't know what it could be. You know, I'm out riding and, you know, the weather got a little bit better, so I've decided to make another video on it. But obviously, as you might expect, it's on my mind ever since I've been riding, ever since I rode that bike. Now it's on my mind. It is something that I'm thinking about. It is something I'm considering. Not necessarily considering to buy at the moment. You know, Mrs. K and I have been talking, but there's a lot of things that we have to deal with, you know, financially. There's a lot of things that we're planning and we're doing for this channel and other channels. So financially, I don't know if it's gonna make sense buying, you know, that bike. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. And at the end of the day, I don't know what else I'd be waiting for. I mean, after the Ninja 300, for example, the Ninja 400 came out, and I've talked to a few people who are telling me they would much rather have the 300 than the 400. They thought it was a waste of their money to buy the 400. And I heard that from a number of people. So, I mean, again, this is where that evolution comes in. How can these bikes evolve to the point where they're giving something new to the people, especially those who already have something great? I love, for example, my 650, and I don't know what Kawasaki could do to make me love the 650 much more. I love the positioning of this bike. I love the way she deals with well, the roads and everything else. So yeah, I don't know. But I'd love to know what you guys have to say, and please let me know, what is the future of motorcycles? Alright, boys and girls, as always, you know, I appreciate every one of you guys for watching these videos. Thank you so much for your support, your comments, your likes or dislikes, and yeah, till next time, goodbye, take it easy, ride safe, and whatever you do, well, enjoy life. Bye-bye. See ya.